Hi, my name is Caitlin, and this is my first Note to Self video for the Fromm class. And I'm going to talk about judgments and how they differ with humanistic and authoritarian ethics. First, to sort of define both authoritarian and humanistic ethics, authoritarian ethics denies man's ability to reason and decide for himself what is good and bad, whereas humanistic ethics, it's completely the opposite. Man is at the center, and it's totally based on his reason and his ability to be the judge of what is good and bad, with himself at the center of that judgment. And while I was reading this, I was thinking, how does this relate to my own life? And I sort of made a little bit of a stretch and applied it to sort of seeing your peers and groups of friends as the authority figure in authoritarian ethics, and sort of observing how people make judgments, like having that, like their friends as the authority figure. And there's this one passage says, "The fear of disapproval and the need for approval seem to be the most powerful and almost exclusive motivation for ethical judgment." And that's based on authoritarian ethics. So I see this fear of disapproval and need for approval a lot in high school among my peers. It seems like that's a big driving factor in people's decision making. And it can really be something that's harmful. If you place your ability to judge what's right and wrong, or what's good and bad, in someone else's hands and have no reason behind it, you can sort of be led into doing something or thinking something that is really jeopardizing your potentialities, but you think of as good because someone else tells you it is, or you perceive it that way based on someone else's judgment and based on them imposing that onto you. And I just think that can be a dangerous thing. On the flip side, with humanistic ethics, since man is the center and he is the judge, you can judge for yourself what is wrong and what is right and what needs to be done in a situation. So I think it's just a healthier relationship. And Fromm also talks about how by doing that, you're not isolating yourself. It's like humanistic ethics is not something about isolation, because man actually thrives on solidarity. So it's just stating that you can decide for yourself what is good and bad. And I think that's just something to think about, it being a high school student, whether I base my judgments, what kind of ethical system I base my judgments on. Is it like in the power of an authority, like someone who's not myself saying what's good and bad for me, or is it actually myself being the judge? So I think that's just something to contemplate, and I hope someone gets something out of this. So thank you for listening.